A pre-built gaming PC functions as a convenient option for gamers who want to enter the PC gaming community but don't have the wherewithal to build their own rig. While pre-builts are normally criticized for their inflated price and occasional poor build quality, today's silicon shortage means the standard is flipped on its head. Where reliable sellers are found, there are potential savings alongside a professionally installed pre-built PC. Buying a GPU by itself for a custom build will cost anywhere around 200% to 300% MSRP. But the same GPU in a pre-built PC that's being offered at a reasonable price will average out to a much lower cost. This means that pre-builts are not only a convenient and safer means of acquiring a new PC, but can also save buyers money, which really goes to show just how wild the PC market is these days. Are you one of the people who are planning on buying a pre-built gaming PC but can't decide which one to choose from? If you are, then this video is perfect for you, so stick with me until the end. This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about some of the best pre-built gaming PC in 2021. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell to get updates whenever we post. Let's start with Asus ROG Strix GA15 G15. Specs: CPU Intel Core i7-11700F, GPU NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070, 8GB, GDDR6 VRAM, RAM 16GB DDR4, storage 512GB NVMe SSD 1TB HDD. This pre-built Asus gaming PC is going to help you forget there's been an absurd barrier to getting graphics cards in the last year. That's because this $1,600 PC comes packing some seriously solid components on top of an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 graphics card that would probably account for more than half the cost of this build if you were to buy it on the secondhand market. Coming along right beside that RTX 3070 is an Intel Core i7-11700F processor with 16GB of RAM. In other words, you're going to have plenty of muscle to handle whatever kind of gaming you want to throw at the system. Whether you're targeting high frame rates at 1080p or even some 4K play, this rig is well built for the task. Asus even fitted the rig with plenty of storage, giving you 512GB of high-speed NVMe storage to run the OS and your favorite games, as well as a 1TB hard drive for your expanded library. The next pre-built PC gaming we have on our list is HP Omen Gaming Desktop. Specs: CPU AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, GPU NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti, RAM 16GB DDR4 2x8GB, storage 1TB M2 PCI NVMe SSD. HP also puts up some compelling value. If you're on the AMD side of the fence, this is the gaming PC you'll want to go for. It's actually just a little bit more expensive than the Asus ROG Strix GA15 G15 we've recommended. So if you don't care about platforms, then stick with that one for the upgraded graphics card. But if you want serious processing cores at a good price, then the HP Omen Gaming Desktop makes them an option. This rig comes kitted out with an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X octa-core processor paired with an NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti. There's a great deal of performance potential in those components, and with a 1TB NVMe SSD drive inside this rig, you'll get to have all of your games loading at the fastest speeds. At just 6.5 inches wide, this PC also doesn't have to take up a huge chunk of space on your desk. Zotac ZBox Magnus 1. Specs: CPU Intel Core i7-10700, GPU NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 8GB GDDR6 VRAM, RAM 16GB DDR4 2933 MHz, storage 512GB NVMe SSD 1TB HDD. Making a gaming PC isn't as hard as it might seem. But building a concept gaming PC is a serious challenge. Even veteran builders can struggle with getting everything to fit right while keeping an eye on important details like airflow. So Zotac has made it a whole lot easier to get a good one. The Zotac ZBox Magnus One delivers an incredibly compact gaming PC that's packed with all the performance you need for competitive gaming. The Zotac ZBox Magnus One comes with an Intel Core i7-10700 processor with 16GB of RAM and pairs that with a new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. Whether you're trying to game at 1080p and 1440p with high frame rates or 4K with stunning graphics, you'll find this rig up the task. Plus, it's got plenty of storage for your favorite games. All of that comes in a chassis that takes up less than a third of a cubic foot. Alienware Aurora Ryzen Edition R10. Specs: CPU, AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. GPU, NVIDIA RTX 3080, 10GB GDDR6X VRAM. RAM, 16GB DDR4, 3200 MHz. Storage, 1TB NVMe SSD. If you're ready to plunk down the cash for one of the most capable gaming desktops money can buy, there isn't really a much better option than the Alienware Aurora Ryzen Edition R10. This rig comes loaded with an octa-core AMD processor and NVIDIA's latest RTX 3080 graphics. Not only will you be able to enjoy true 4K 60 frames per second PC gaming, you'll also be able to squeeze out quality ray tracing effects from this gaming desktop's GPU without having to greatly sacrifice frame rate. Of course, that's just for the basic spec. Dell allows some major upgrades, including a bump to the 16-core Ryzen 9 5950X and up to 128GB of memory. With all of this graphical and processing power, the Alienware Aurora is easily capable of more than gaming and should serve as a solid video production machine. Alternatively, this gaming desktop could easily serve as a streaming PC without any noticeable hit on its gaming prowess if you max it out. If you're not in a rush to get a computer, Alienware has a new version of this PC coming out before the end of the year. And lastly, we have Dell XPS Tower Special Edition. Specs: CPU, Intel Core i7-10700. GPU, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, 8GB GDDR6 VRAM. RAM, 16GB DDR4, 2933 MHz. Storage, 512GB NVMe SSD, 1TB HDD, 7200 RPM. If you prefer a gaming PC with a more unassuming design, the Dell XPS Tower Special Edition puts powerful gaming hardware into a sleek but plain chassis, so no one will know you're not using it for work. It comes kitted with a plenty of powerful Intel Core i7-10700 CPU and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. That'll handle even high-end gaming just fine, but Dell also lets you customize your rig to include up to an i9-10900K and RTX 3070. The case is surprisingly compact, but it still boasts 4 USB 3.1 ports, including one Type-C on the front panel, 6 USB ports around the back, as well as a full-size SD card reader and an optical disk drive. What's more, you get a toolless design similar to the Alienware Aurora for super easy upgrades. If you want a machine that doesn't look like a typical gaming PC, the reserved Dell XPS Tower line is a great option. Whether it's a gaming PC under $800 or a 5K dream machine, there are always areas to consider before buying. You need to ensure the PC you choose can play your favorite games in your required settings and resolution. After all, we don't want you wasting any of your cash. Another important thing you'll want to keep in mind when buying a pre-built desktop is how easy it is to upgrade down the line. Most PC manufacturers have figured out users absolutely hate proprietary parts. While you might still find no-name motherboards installed into the hearth of your PC, they should all at least fall in line with the standard size and layout of mini ITX or micro ATX motherboards. The best gaming PCs should allow you to easily swap out the CPU, GPU, RAM, and storage on your system with just a few simple tools or just a screwdriver. Do you have any suggestions that's not on the list? Did you like this video? Let us know in the comments section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.